thinking,
Okay,
yeah.
I pressed it. Hey, we're back. Okay,
Piece of shit.
I'm here with.
You laughing.
Oh boy, I'm here. I'm here with David,
Hey.
Jordan,
What's up?
and Devin.
I did the swear. Hello.
Okay,
Excuse me,
so
not on my good Christian's Minecraft server.
Motherfucker. Okay.
we're just picking it back up here from where we were from last session. Last session, I made Devin cry, and oh, you're the only one. You're the only one from that last session here, aren't you? So like,
Yeah.
basically some heavy shit that was about like real history was brought up. So I don't know if we need to go into that. I think I told you guys basically what happened. So
Yeah, I remember you gave me like a clip note.
yeah, so this basically just, doing stuff with who wasn't in their last action, so mainly just Jordan and David. But we also got Devin here, because he's our friend, and our other friends couldn't make it today, so they're but they got their reasons.
I'm mostly just listening.
Yeah, but like this, while you're here, Jordan, David, if there's anything you want to do, like your character wise, that with Devin, so like this is a game with a group that can interact with each other. Like David, your character is new to the group, Norman
Yeah.
Brothers. So like, I think there'd be some good way for you to get acclimated with this group, but only two of them are here tonight, so.
Man, it turns out scheduling is the ultimate fucking enemy in terms of tabletop role playing.
So, any ideas? Jordan, you saying something?
I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna try and work a little bit less. I've somehow been working 20 days a month for the past 2 months, and I'm only supposed to be working 14. And we need to cut that down a little bit. I like the money. The money's great.
Have you brought up some PTO from doing that, or what?
I've got PTO, but I want to save it for summer when I do something with my girlfriend.
Okay, yeah, fine. Now I see where your priorities lie.
You fucking traitor. I mean, no.
I hate to tell you, I will not use PTO for you.
That's fine.
Unless it's a vacation.
It's like, Jordan Rocky, only you can save my life. I need you to use your PTO in order to do it.
Daggone it, I would use PTO to fly up to Detroit.
That'd be a very weird flight.
Yeah. Because I'd want to bring like a pickaxe or something to,
What?
I was gonna help you, and now I do not want to help your idea. Let's play a game called Weird Wars.
Yeah, let's just
Savage
do what we're
World.
here for.
Yeah, I'll get a
I
pickaxe.
I would not describe what I'm watching in this movie I'm watching.
All right, so basically, like I'm gonna catch up here with Jordan and David, but like, while you're here, Devin, like, is there anything like you three you have in particular that think of like doing together, or just between your characters individually?
What is this? What is our current setting?
You're in a city called Sphax. It's just recently been liberated, so you want to get to know them or do something or whatever. Also, Jordan, David, you guys got paid because you get like a monthly like paycheck basically. But
Nice, okay.
let me just. Oh, what is that? Yeah, that town right there. That town.
Okay.
Great.
I couldn't find it for a while either.
So let's see here. Also, like, Jordan, you got $200, and David, you got $125.
Sounds about right.
So you can just go ahead and add that to your inventory.
On it.
And
I'll have to buy something.
yeah, how much money you got? I don't know how much money you have total so far.
I legit have no clue.
Well, what's it say in your inventory?
I'm going right now.
if you go into the journal, the
You said I have
newspaper.
$125.
You earned 125. So add that to anything else you had at the
All
moment.
right, so now I have $175.
Okay.
I will now have $350.
Okay.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, I should be able to get something.
So if you go into the journal section, which is just like that newspaper tab, that's where like your characters are and stuff. You scroll down to like the handy dandy notes like subfolder.
Mm-hmm.
And there should be a note that's called earning and spending money that like has like the rules I have for like using money. So, but basically like if you want to like spend your money on stuff in like in a vague way, like you roll common knowledge, which I think is just like your raw smarts. And like on success, you like spend 150 to do it. On like a success with the raise, it's 100. So. And like I list several ways that you can spend it, and as long as like you can like, those are like the hard ways, like crunchy like actual stuff that matters, quote unquote, not stuff that matters, but stuff that has like rules applied
You
to
spend
it.
it at a weed bar.
Yeah, that was just because like that was because like that guy was just trying to get money out of you, not because like it benefited you.
I'm gonna try and buy some like separate supplies for myself. Like I assume that like whatever outfit we're with has some supplies, but like if there was certain like specific things, like I want like a razor to cut my like shave myself, and like maybe some like if they got some like jerky or something like extra stuff that I can have.
Like something nice, something that's not standard issue. You could totally go out and buy that.
Yeah.
But like, I know it's like a lot of money, like 1940s wise. Like, say, okay, you spent $150 on jerky or whatever. But like, for the sake of like this game and like the rate that you get money, like hopefully,
try
like
not to actually think about real world.
Yeah,
costs
don't worry about that too much. It's like, okay, like if you get money like this often, and you should get more money this often, then like I'm trying to make it so like okay, you spend like maybe like once a week or whatever, or however often I like money comes up. I'm just trying to like pace this,
Yeah, I mean, also I'm aware hyenas, so realism is whatever. And which one is Devin a wizard? Is Raoul a wizard?
I am an alchemist.
Okay, sorry.
So yes,
Kind of, yeah. A little bit wizard, yeah. Oh, there was some flavor things I wanted to talk about that with you, Zach.
Okay. Do you want to talk about it here or later?
We can do it later.
Like just
you're here. Gotta do their thing.
I mean, yeah, it's as long as like if it's gonna be like a whole thing, maybe you could save it later. I don't care. Just like you're here. If you want to talk about it, you can talk about it.
No.
Can we only buy things out of combat, or let's say we need an extra Benny or something like that, or recover one lost point of sanity?
Yeah, that's
Would
when
we
like
be doing that?
What do you mean? What do you like? As in like, yeah, you can't like do this. You can't like do this in the middle of a fight. Yeah, no.
Oh, okay.
It has to be like during like these like sessions where like okay, we're just hanging out in a town or something.
Okay.
Yeah, like if you're in the middle of a shootout and just like I got some money, but bam, and then like you just say like, oh, this happened. Like nah.
Yeah.
But
I'm trying to think of what else I would possibly need. I'm just go like, can I buy a flask? Is that something I should have for this time period?
Like a flask with booze in it?
Yeah.
Like what is like the booze like the more important thing that like you're like seeking out?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, sure. like how much money you said you had? Like $175?
$175, yeah.
Okay, and so okay. Yeah, so like roll common knowledge. That's just smarts. I don't know why I have to tell you this. So what's your smarts?
It's a D6.
Okay, so roll d6 and another d6. Let's try it because you got your wild die. Okay, that's a 2, and that's a 3. So that is not. Neither of those are a success.
It's a dry county.
Yeah, I'm debating whether or
It's like
not
we don't have booze for you.
like I should let you use bennies for this session, just because like this session probably won't have combat. But like,
Yeah. Like I would probably save those for like when shit gets hairy.
but they're also like they're per session, so it's not like it's a big deal.
Yeah.
I don't know. If you want to like spend a Benny to re-roll that, go ahead. But like, just know like you spent it for the session.
Nah, I would keep it. It's not that something like I feel I need. Holy shit!
Okay, so like, I'll say like you're looking around for like some decent booze. Then you realize you're in North Africa, so it's largely a dry place. So it's like and you don't really know this place at all. So it's like you don't know where to look around. Like okay, where would they have booze here? So
Yeah, I'm just kind of wandering around.
Jordan, you thinking anything?
I'm actually thinking. Let's see.
No. Again, also again.
I
Sorry, just bring up Devin again. Like Devin again. Does Remy have anything to say to Sofiane or Norman? Devin, you there?
Yeah. I guess it's just like, is this after last week? He's coming out of the bar.
It can be as like wherever in the timeline as you want, because again we're just cutting like a whole like 3 weeks worth of time here.
Okay. Hey,
Cool.
what you guys doing?
Okay, this is post like a battle. The doctor's still in the hospital, right? She hasn't recovered.
Well, she's like recovered more or less over time. Like
Hmm.
again, immediately after,
She
yeah.
still needs to be in the hospital, but she woke up.
Okay.
Again, this is 3 weeks time that we're covering here. So 1 week she
Okay.
needs to be in the hospital. Another week she's a bit better. Maybe by then she's discharged, but she still needs to be careful, and
Mhm.
so on and so forth. So like wherever in the timeline that is.
Okay. I just need to know like a kind of like timeline. All right. Let's see. I was thinking about this here steel helmet, which adds some extra armor,
Yeah, to your
and it
head.
has a yeah. See, 50% chance to protect against a headshot. I don't know. I'm still looking for some stuff. Let's see. C-rats. Fuse cord. Fuse cord.
If you're thinking of just like straight up buying items you see in the books, don't care about that.
Oh,
because
okay.
because I'm not gonna assign individual prices to those things.
Okay.
That's why I have this thing that's about earning and spending money. It's like, hey, here are 3 separate things you could spend your money on.
Okay. Let's see.
Devin, were you actually saying anything
I
for her?
would like to.
Wait, what?
Were you actually trying to start a scene there with Ren?
I was just trying to see where the mood took us, but no, Jordan, do your thing.
I am going to purchase +1 to an attribute. What would I want +1 in?
Well, what can you justify?
What do I use to daggone turn into a hyena? Because I'm going to turn into a damn hyena.
Spirit.
Spirit? Alright. I'm going to get +1 in spirit.
Okay, how?
I read the Bible.
Are there any hyenas in the Bible?
Honestly,
Most certainly. In some form of that Bible.
after multiple battles of not being able to go into my hyena form and feeling like I almost lost the doctor, her recovering has been giving me a spark of motivation. A spark of spirit, one would say.
Okay. And how are you
and
spending
what do I-
$150 to $100 to do that?
Drugs.
I am finding
I mean,
things
we
out
just
about
got to-
hyenas I didn't know.
We just went to get some weed last session, so.
Hard
Oh.
drugs.
Okay, so never mind.
Wine. I don't know. Let's see. What could I
So
do
I meant
that
to
would-
look up hyenas in the Bible, but I guess I stopped it short, assuming it would autofill, and I just looked up hyenas in the like bisexual.
Hyenas,
And I
yeah.
found out some things about hyenas I didn't know till today.
Also, hyenas get quite large.
They do.
You know about female hyenas and their pseudopenis?
Yep, that's what I was looking at.
Okay.
It's a giant clit.
It's actually the labia, but yes.
Let's see.
Could focus
There
on
are
your thing.
mentions of hyenas in the Bible, but let's
There are
get back to
5.
this.
Go on.
So, Jordan, you want to do something for your spirit. So, like, what can Sofiane do or purchase or whatever to, like, help him spiritually? Put him in a good mood, basically.
Let's see. Well, Sofiane's a Muslim. I could, like, buy a Quran or something, or... No, screw it. I'm gonna buy a book. Let me quickly look up North African, like, literature.
Okay, quickly look that up. You don't need to look. It doesn't need to be North African literature. You need to find a quick book that you can read. You can narrow that down to like French literature because this is a French territory.
All right. Let's see. French science fiction. Let's see. I could go Jules Verne. Let's see. I'm gonna go simple, and I'm gonna say I'm purchasing a copy of The Time Machine.
Okay.
In French, and I've been reading that in my spare time.
Okay. Well, first roll to see if you can find it.
Okay.
So, what's your intelligence or your smarts?
My smarts is D8.
All right, so roll a D8 and a D6.
D8.
All right, 6 and a 4. Those are both one success.
Okay.
So you go looking for like a bookstore then somewhere in Sfax, in like a French bookstore, and you're looking for like how old is like the Time Machine? When did that get published?
I want to say 1890s.
Okay, so like over 50 years old.
Yeah. So it's in public domain. You can just get it. People are just printing up copies, so they wind up down here.
Wait, it's in public domain by 1943.
I don't know. Like
The Time Machine's not a French book.
Whatever. It's a science fiction.
It's famous enough. It has its translations. That was the 1890s, but that was H.G. Wells.
Yeah. I'm just thinking like, okay, you got a success, so that's not $100, but $150. So like, I feel like wherever you go, like it's like maybe like the only copy they have or whatever, so it's kind of rare.
I was thinking just like some like general store, just like, yeah, we got this. I found a copy in a bin. Just needed something to read.
Well, it's
Okay.
either or works. Just like know that like okay, you're gonna have to subtract $150 now from your inventory. Just like
Okay. I'll take it for another point of spirit.
so that's okay. So that's not raising it to another die. That's +1. You know that, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. No. Easy buy for me. All right, that was $150, so I'm down to 200.
All right. So okay, yeah, you don't need to act that out any more than that or whatever. It's like okay, you went and found a copy of L'État Machine or whatever that is in French.
I picture us all going down to a general store, and just seeing the wares that they have, seeing they're just going for supplies. Remy's getting a bucket or something. I go through like this used bin of just books and like manuals and whatnot, because I'm interested in manuals and stuff because I'm formerly engineering and whatnot. And I found this just ratty copy. It was just like, oh yeah, we'll give it to you for this price. I just need something to take my mind off of whatever is going on right now.
I've been trying to find that as well, but apparently this place doesn't have any spirits, so to speak. So
Is that bullshit? Because I've been to a hookah bar. Can I tell them that?
What do you want to narc out the hookah bars?
I mean,
Don't be a narc.
I don't think it's a narc out if someone's like, I would like to imbibe illicit substances, and I was like, I know where to imbibe illicit substances as you would like.
Okay, I mean, if you want to be the hookup for everybody, that's fine.
Yeah,
Just like
I'm gonna be the hookup.
Look,
Okay,
Sofiane doesn't need to be getting drunk anymore, so weed.
no,
Sure.
we're not talking about getting drunk. We're just talking about getting high. So like,
I was just talking about drinking. So
also,
Dave probably has
you
some
don't know
liquor.
how to find it. It's literally called weed for a reason, dog.
That. Okay.
I'll say like, okay, for the price of a book and maybe some weed, that covers the $150.
Okay.
I'm putting weed in my inventory. Okay.
Sure.
Sure.
I didn't expend it.
Okay. Okay. I put the time machine into Google Translate, and for some reason it gave me a long ass title. It gave me
L'appareil du temps is what you want. L'appareil du temps.
Yeah, it gave me La Machine à remonter le temps.
Yeah, it's the machine that returns time or something like that.
Is that what it's actually called in French? The book?
No, it's just called like l'appareil du temps, which is the machine of, or like the machine of time.
Man, I can still read more French than I thought I could.
Alright, so okay, you
I
got.
was also going to suggest like maybe a good, like, if you're trying to be like, hey, I need to learn how to be a hyena, maybe like there are Jules Verne books that you could pick, like The Mysterious Island might be helpful. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea might work, maybe. I don't know. They go to a place that's not the ocean and that. That's all weird. Around the World in 80 Days probably has hyenas in it. I don't know. Or is that H.G. Wells as well? I forget.
I haven't read anything about the Mysterious Island, but it's a like sequel-ish to 20,000
Yes.
Leagues Under the Sea. Okay.
It is the pseudo sequel to 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Yes, like Captain Nemo's there, but the timeline doesn't actually match up.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Around the World in 80 Days is Jules Verne.
But yeah, Sofiane, who's obviously a little bit on the depressed side, like had his like alcoholic moment. His wife has remarried, or his ex-wife has remarried. He's no longer needed, and he hasn't been able to serve properly as a soldier, according to what he feels. So just anything to get him out of the current modern day situation.
And what's better than that than a story about time travel? Okay, yeah, and that too.
So while in between his daily like visits with the doctor,
those are a thing?
knocking it out. I thought they were a thing.
I mean, you didn't say if they were a thing or not.
I think that he would visit his friend in the hospital, whether she was awake or not.
Okay, well, what happens during that?
I just picture for like the first week, like she's still pretty unconscious and not super awake or alert or oriented, and he just comes into there. Maybe he does something cute. Maybe he reads the book to her in her sleep.
Uh-huh. That probably doesn't take that long. It's not a long book.
No, it's not a long book. He's read it like 3 or 4 times now. There was a situation where we have a no one dies alone like program in the hospital, and one day I came in and I read like the first half of the first Harry Potter book to a patient. That only took like 2 hours. If you want to go through some old books, you can do them pretty quickly.
There's a sweet spot where I would not recommend trying to read that particular book in a day or so, and that sweet spot is the early 18th century.
Mm-hmm.
Especially French books, because holy shit, that's where Alexandre Dumas comes from, where the publishers paid the authors by the word.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why they're like 5 books long, 500 pages each. Because people didn't have TV back then.
But yeah, I picture Sofiane getting that, reading it, and then like him just reading it again to the doctor while she recovers.
Okay.
What time of year is it? Or what season are we in?
It's spring. It's like April. Late April.
Okay. So it still gets pretty cold at night?
Yeah. Like, it's not really that hot even anymore, so... It's more just like, it's sunny, because it's still the desert.
Yeah.
Okay.
We should get out of here before summer, though, because that's when that's when Fahrenheit degrees get to 100.
Well, tell that to Monty. It's win faster, damn it.
Oh, you limey prick.
So Jordan, you're going down this. So you mentioned that like you're like hanging out with the doctor whenever you can, like visit her in the hospital while she's still there. I'll say, but like the second week, like she's like sometime in the second week, she is like discharged from the hospital, so she can leave. But like they still wanted to take it easy. Like she can't go out in the field just yet.
No. She's still on bed rest and at most ambulation in the hall. Yeah,
and just like a reminder, like how wounded she was. She was like shot in the gut with a magic bullet. So like it takes about as long as like a bullet wound and then some for her to heal.
Yeah, no, like it's gonna take a while before she's 100%, and we're gonna use some magic, and it's gonna be like 3 weeks or whatever until she's okay to get back out. But no, I picture Sofiane not having anything to do, so he just like finds something to dump his life into, and then it feels like a book at the time. Because it's alcohol, a book, or opium.
No, not opium. Not opium. I will not let you guys do opium.
I'm not gonna do opium.
No,
I know somebody who did a lot of opium.
Yeah, we know that. We don't need to talk about that. The weed's fine. I'm fine with like you guys doing weed. That's why I brought that into the game. Even if weed's pretty illegal back then, but whatever.
It wasn't enforceable.
Yeah. But yeah. So like, but as I was saying, like by like the second week, like Dr. Hannachi is like discharged from the hospital, and like that's when she's like time to get back to work. Basically, like she can't fight just yet, but she needs to get back to like translating those pages that you guys collected. The MacGuffin.
Yeah. Yes, 100%. She's got to get in there. She's got to translate the pages.
So, yeah, she needs. So she sets herself in in I don't know, some sort of office or wherever, maybe like a small apartment or whatever. So some place that they set her up. So like, hey, I'm gonna stay in here and translate these like medieval like pages so we can find out where the fuck this MacGuffin is. It's the Sword of Aeneas. That's been the MacGuffin of this campaign so far.
Okay.
Just a reminder.
Spell Aeneas.
A-E, Devin, help me here. N-A-S?
I mean, you're a DM.
A-E-N.
So.
A-E-N-E-A-S.
Yeah.
Okay, I just 100% want to make sure I don't accidentally pronounce it Sword of Anus.
Well, you just did. That's the joke, everybody.
That's the joke. No.
Uranus.
I mean, you could pronounce. I mean, you could say it like one Latin translation to English. Mouth sounds could be Aeneas.
Yeah, Aeneas. There we go.
Aeneas. There you go.
Aeneas.
Like Kaiser's name is not Caesar
or
whatever, but whatever.
Yeah, just a quick refresher on like that MacGuffin is like, hey, it's the legendary sword of like Aeneas, the founder of Rome, from the Aeneid, and like how before he went to Rome, he stopped in Carthage and hooked up with Queen Dido. But then, who was it? Mercury told him, like, hey, get out of here, go to Rome. And so he left Dido behind. And, Dido was heartbroken and that, her lover left her. So she stabbed herself with the sword and ignited herself on fire. It's a sad story.
Okay.
So, there's some. The legend of this game is that, that sword became like a powerful artifact that was used by like Hannibal of Carthage to like do the shit that he did until eventually he lost because of two how did he lose again, Devin? Just to fucking like supply
Carthage or Hannibal?
Yeah,
the Romans cut a supply train in half, and then they realized like, hey, if Hannibal's army is here in Italy, who's back defending Carthage? And they launched an invasion on Carthage, and Hannibal was like, fuck, I had to get back to Carthage, and that's where he lost.
Yeah, fuck your magic sword, buddy. You just didn't have the guys.
You had the misfortune of facing Scipio Africanus, one of the greatest generals in classical antiquity.
Yeah, and so that magic sword then fell into the hands of the Romans, and for some reason they didn't destroy it, but they also didn't use it. They locked it up somewhere, and so this Dr. Hannachi, who's like an Indiana Jones type of character, found pages of a journal kept by Ibn Battuta, who was this medieval Islamic scholar and a traveler who supposedly found the location of where it was stored, but basically she had her own adventure off screen before you guys were around. We're like, hey, I'm looking for all these pages to find this thing, and now you guys join in the second act of her story.
At least for me.
Yeah, he's breaking up a little bit.
Oh, hello?
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. Did you hear what I was saying?
Still. Every time you go to talk, it's yeah.
Motherfucker. Okay, she sells seashores by the seashore.
Nope.
God damn it.
He sells dinosaurs by the seashore.
Give me a second.
It's it'll give you a full second and then of talking, and then it just cuts out. That might actually work.
Hello?
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Am I coming through good?
Yes.
Am I coming through rubber ducky, apple bottom jeans?
Boots with the fur.
Okay. As I was saying, just trying to refresh about the gimmick or whatever, and so Hannibal lost the magic sword. Then the Romans didn't use it, but also didn't destroy it, so they just stored it somewhere. And so the medieval Islamic traveler Ibn Battuta, real dude, supposedly found it and wrote about it in his journal, but then his journal was scattered because like historically Ibn Battuta didn't have a journal, which is weird. It's weird that like this guy didn't keep a journal about his travels. So like Dr. Hannachi like had her own whole adventure about like gathering the pages to find this journal to find the location of this place. So you guys came in at like the last act of like her whole own adventure.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, what was I saying? But like she's like she got discharged and she's just held up in like somewhere to like just work on like putting the shit together, And she's kind of isolated in herself, So like, do you think like Sofiane might want to like do something as like a nice gesture for her, like while she's working?
She's not eating. I'll make her food.
Yeah, because
some North African food.
Yeah, because she's probably sick of hospital food,
Yeah, it doesn't take long to be. Yeah, it don't take long for that to happen.
She's working. What do? You take them a sandwich or something. I'll make something more special than that, though.
Okay, what are you gonna do, Jordan?
I legitimately make a North African dish all the time called shakshuka. We'll make that. Get some veggies, get some tomatoes, get some eggplant, get some beans, get some eggs. You can use some beans in there.
I've never seen a recipe that puts beans in it, but whatever, okay?
I mean chickpeas. I'm not talking kidney
beans. Okay, chickpeas. Yeah, that makes sense. You put chickpeas in everything.
Yeah.
I don't really think about chickpeas as a bean that often.
They're 100% beans, dude.
Yeah, I know they are.
Garbanzo
it's like
beans.
Yeah, that's the thing. You call them garbanzo beans. You don't call them chickpeas. They're the same thing.
Chickpeas are a lie.
I don't know what the American version of them is. I think the American version is garbanzo beans, but I'm a food dork, so I've always called them chickpeas. But then also peas are beans. I hate to tell anybody that and then think, oh, that's not right.
I don't like peas.
Where do legumes fit into this?
I mean, legumes are beans. Unless you're French, where legumes just means vegetables.
That's fucked, man. That's like that's like corn not just being corn in England,
We call all carbonated drinks Coke.
That's Atlanta. There's no excuse for that. That's just
they have extra no excuse. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's like Coke is bottled there. Everything is Coke.
Coke bottles other things,
Apparently, no, you'll never get a Coke as good as you'll get straight from the plant in Atlanta.
Yeah, I'd take a Coke. Isn't there a Coke? Well, okay, we're getting a little bit distracted.
Okay,
we are, aren't we?
We're talking about Coke. Look, Coke is made in Mexico. That's because it's the best there. Okay.
I mean, yeah, they use, yeah. But anyway,
so Jordan, you're gonna gather ingredients to make shashuka. I'll just say that. Okay, that's also more of like the 150 you spend.
Okay.
So.
All right. I went to the market. I went to the general store.
Yeah.
I got some veggies.
Yeah, there's probably a nice like outdoor market you probably went to in this city.
I went and got a couple tins of tomatoes.
Are you getting crushed or diced tomatoes or what?
I mean,
oh my god, who cares?
They probably would have been whole tomatoes at the time.
Don't interrupt the food scenes. Food scenes are fucking important to storytelling.
This isn't an anime, they're not.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I need cumin. I need some cayenne. I can get some crushed red pepper.
Gonna make the spices yourself and
make my own spice.
So you can just like the shortcut is like just get some harissa and just put that in there if you want spicy.
I was like thinking about like my character would probably send money home, but this is like not a real like I'm not trying to be realistic.
Well, you could do that too, like.
But it doesn't benefit me for anything.
No. I mean, it could benefit you mentally. Like that could also be like spirit. But we'll get to your stuff in a bit, David. Don't worry.
Yeah, no.
No rush.
No, I'm liking this. Like, how are you raising up your spirit and whatnot? I went to the market. I had myself a good day.
Yeah, like all this,
hospital.
Like visiting her, buying the book, making the food. Like this could all cover that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, these are legumes. You weren't lying. Sorry.
But like,
Get some fresh eggs.
okay,
Get some onions.
yeah, like peppers, anything. Like another
Yeah.
question, George's like, okay, I know you're in full Jordan cooking mode here, but like, is this also Sofiane? Like, how good of a cook is Sofiane? You know?
I ain't.
Let's roll to find out.
Do you want?
I'm gonna say single men need to be able to cook at least one stew-like dish, or else
Yeah, sure.
they don't know
This
what the
could be
hell
like
they're
this
doing.
could be the one thing that he would know how to cook. You know?
And it's very simple to make, and like even going back to like 1700s, like 1800s, they wouldn't just have like roast beef or a beef stew in there because dummy. It's the simplest thing. You know how to make a beef stew. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna show you the other stuff. It's just like your grandmother showed you how to do this. You know how to make shakshuka. Literally spiced tomatoes and some onions and peppers and maybe some eggplant if you got it. So, it's everybody like. So anybody here without soup? Never mind. Never.
Wait, what?
Never mind. I was about to say anybody here without weird dad issues, and then I thought about the
Okay.
room, myself included. Uh, but you know, in sitcoms or whatnot, the dad will have the one recipe that he knows how to do, and it's like, oh, dad's cooking. We're gonna have this. He's gonna make his famous spaghetti. I'm picturing this is Sofiane's just like, no, I'm gonna make one thing. I know how to make it good. I'm a
Yeah,
single
and like
dude.
this would be the
my
thing. You know, this is like a very common North African dish. Like,
yeah.
but yeah, it's not hard to make. So yeah, this
No.
makes sense. So yeah, for
Teacher,
those who don't know, like shashuka basically is like, you know, poached like eggs that are like poached in like a like spicy like tomato sauce, basically.
hmm So you've got like veggies that have been sautéed on in the like spicy tomato sauce, and then you've got like soft like poached eggs. So like when you break them open, there's still the yolk, and it mixes in with tomato, and it was just so delicious. You can put some paprika in there and top it all off, and it's just a delicious spicy meal. Spicy in the heat if you want it, and spicy in just the flavorful sense.
All right, yeah. So yeah, I was thinking of like, you know, making roll to like how good this turns out. But you know, if you got like that much like, you know, description and like headspace, like, yeah, this is like the one thing you know, is like, yeah, he could go ahead and do that. You don't need to roll for that.
Also, I legitimately know more about North African cooking than most people think. I'm a food dork.
You and like Sofiane and Remy should talk about this shit once in a while.
Okay.
Okay. What are you making?
I'm making shakshuka. I made it. I whipped it up. I did it in like some military tent, the like military like stuff, and just like the tents and whatnot. Like, oh, here's the mess hall or whatever. Borrow some stuff. I make some shakshuka. I'm bringing it to the doctor. She's translating stuff. She's weak. She's tired of the food. She's bored of it. She's eating crackers and toast at this point.
She has a bullet wound in her stomach. Yes.
Yeah. I want to bring her a home cooked dinner.
Well, how sweet for you. Do you need help? Maybe baking something for the doctor?
Now you make this on a pan.
Yeah, you just need a skillet.
Well, I'm not asking to make something on a plate, motherfucker. I could find an oven if you needed
Who's that
help.
motherfucker to direct that? Me, the GM?
Yes.
I'm not much one
Listen
for
here,
baking,
God.
but as long as you know, I'll come help you.
I know how to bake. Yes.
I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make Sofiane a bread dork too. He knows how to make shakshuka. He doesn't know how to cook much
Okay.
else.
Yeah, he's not making his sourdough starter like everyone fucking else in the world right now.
Also, those lame ass people making sourdough starters, they're not even doing it right. I will gatekeep the sourdough
Yeah,
community.
because they're all people who just learned how to do bread because they got nothing else to do, Jordan.
I swear to
Yeah.
God, I came in here because I thought it was going to be an RPG today.
I told you, like, hey, we did your shit already. Like, you're just here to be a friend. Be a friend,
No,
David.
I don't actually want to gatekeep the bread community because it's good that people are knowing about fermentation and how bread works. even if they're not doing their sourdough right.
Well, I feel like Remy being more of a patisserie rather than a fournier would be like, I'm gonna make the doctor a dessert.
Okay.
Something.
Okay.
Because she got shot. Remember how she got shot?
I
That sucks.
straight up asked Remy, "What's a dessert that makes up for getting shot?" Let me do that in a better way. What do you have that can make somebody forget their the injuries of war?
I mean, I just came out of the weed shop. If you
I was
want me
gonna
to
say
get
you
it.
got some weed.
Do you need me to make us some brownies like that?
Please don't give the doctor weed brownies.
No, that's not good for a blood wound. I know.
You know?
But no, I'm just gonna make her like a sweet roll type thing.
Okay, let's get some dates.
Roll, yeah,
Oh,
there you
wait,
go. Hell yeah.
Crap. No, I'm not role playing Sofiane. There we go. Devin, get some dates. Make
Okay.
a sweet roll.
Okay.
They're native here, and they're the main sweetener for the area.
That's what I'm gonna do.
All right.
Okay, so eventually you do need to give her the food.
Yeah, right.
I allowed you to embellish on the shashuka, but then you bring in dates. Like, okay, hurry up.
I found them by this really pretty area of the stream outside town.
I got hot food. We kind of need to.
Yeah, it's yeah. Did you offer? Did you offer to the baker stuff while he was making this? Like, okay, this shit will take 20 minutes to make, while this will take an hour.
Yeah.
The eggs are getting
I'm
cold,
just gonna
man.
imagine we both did it at the same time. I was in the kitchen. He came in, just like, who's making all this commotion? And I'm explaining, I'm doing something nice for the doctor. She hasn't had much to go on for food.
Remy just comes in like a recurring character on a sitcom. Like, is someone in the bakery? Remy.
It's Agnes.
So okay, actually, I have an idea. How about okay, so we need to move this scene along, but how about it's that one day Sofiane decided to make this shashuka for her. Remy was there, and that sparked it. Like, oh yeah, maybe I should make something for her. That would be nice, because
Okay.
then over time he is also baking stuff, and and you can bring that to her as well. But this shashuka was the first thing you did, and that's where I want to move on from.
Okay.
So okay, sorry not to sandbag your idea, Devin, but it'll come up. Devin?
No, I made her a tray. I made her a tray of stuff. So it's like, every time you bring her food, take one of my desserts.
Yeah, exactly.
You can pay me when the war's over.
Okay.
Remember, this is my job.
Fucking wimpy Popeye ass.
I'll gladly pay you Tuesday.
Okay, so Devin, Sofiane is gonna bring the shashuka to her, and I imagine you probably have it in in a mess kit or two. Jordan.
I've got it in a mess kit as well. Yeah, sure. I'm not going to go into detail of how I get it to her. I get her there in a hot piping dish, let's say.
And
I've got some bowls in my bag or something. And I sit down and
yeah, you go to the office or apartment or whatever that she's held up in. I guess you just knock on the door or whatever, and you hear a come in, or who is it?
Good evening, doctor. It's just Sofiane here. I thought.
She says, I'll get the door. Don't worry.
Okay. Did she walk to the door? She limped to the door.
She walks to the door, like like I don't know. I don't know what would be like appropriate for like a recently healed bullet wound. I don't think she'd need like a cane or anything, but like.
Yeah. I say, you've been working so hard. You went from a hospital bed to your workbench. I thought you could use something good to eat that's not hospital food tonight.
Oh, really? That's really kind of you. What is it?
It's something my grandmother taught me how to make when I was young. It's really all I know how to make, but she made sure I knew how to do it very well. I went to the market today, I got some veggies, and I got some fresh eggs, and I made you some shakshuka. It's a dip, but it's a spicy
I know
stuff.
I know what shakshuka is. Like,
okay.
Reminder that she's Tunisian.
I did forget she was Tunisian. My bad.
She says like that's really kind of you. Is it? I think like you probably have like you're holding like two like tins or whatever in your hand. Like are those both for me or is?
It depends. Would you like some company?
Yeah, but you look around like behind her. I think I don't know why, but they probably use like books and papers just all over the fucking place. It probably looks like Dave Milcher's office.
Instead, I say, would you like a distraction?
Sure. Wouldn't mind talking to someone for once. And also it'd be nice to have like after being recently shot and almost dying, to have someone I trust looking out for me. Let's sit down somewhere. And she like knocks the papers off of a table.
Those aren't important, right? It's hard to tell sometimes with your work.
I've been through those ones already. So like you guys sit down, and starts like saying this Shakshuka. Like she starts like like that's cute, Shakshuka, yeah, like that's like that is basically like someone making like okay, you made me I don't know, like a grilled cheese and tomato soup basically. But like let me check my notes real quick. But she says as much as like it's good to have like some actual food, some good she says like our kind of food instead of like what they had at the hospital.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. While she's eating it, she like she makes it. Oh, you included eggplant.
It's what we had.
Yeah, like
I managed to find.
You're Algerian, right?
Yes, I'm Algerian.
Oh yeah, sorry. It's just funny, it's like
I'm not actually French. I'm sure you confuse that with my accent sometimes.
Sorry.
What?
I'm picturing Sofiane's accent like just him talking normally, because he hasn't actually tried to do an accent that much.
Well, no, because it's not. Jordan doesn't want to do it. You don't have to do it. You're the only one doing an accent, Devin, because you do like
sometimes, yeah.
It's called tradecraft genius.
I'm sorry, I don't want to like mimic an Algerian accent.
Yeah, that's fair. That's totally.
I have no idea what that even sounds like.
That is totally fair.
I did research it. It's legitimately like a French Arabic.
Yeah,
that's basically what it kind of sounds like.
And that's also why I kind of like given up trying to give like the doctor an accent, because like okay, maybe I can do a French accent, but I still don't want it to be like because I'm not actually I'll do that for like more like but like she's like you're it's just funny, like this is like this is really good. This is like really like the right spices and everything. It's just funny. The eggplant, it just reminds me of the way my mother used to make it.
It's just how my grandmother would make it.
Yeah,
We'd have our garden in the spring and summer, and she'd want to make it special for us.
yeah. Just like I guess that just happens to be an Algerian thing then. Eggplant. I've had it a few times in Tunisia, and sometimes most often they leave that out. But yeah, my mother is Algerian. Shit. I'm Tunisian on my father's side. And like, I guess like this starts off like I don't want to interrupt this being like a natural conversation, but like this kind of prompts like you guys like talking about like your family, basically each other's family.
Uh-huh.
Like if you could think of anything for Sofiane while I'm looking through shit.
I had a mother and father growing up. They both eventually passed. And then I had somebody, and then I joined the French Foreign League.
I mean, you don't need a. Okay, that was super abbreviated. I'm trying to have a kind of like a dialogue here, Jordan.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you over the TV.
Over my TV or your TV?
Your TV.
God damn it! All right, I'm trying to have like a dialogue here, Jordan. Okay. But like,
there we go.
Okay, so you mentioned like your parents.
Yeah.
Like
they were both Algerian, to my knowledge. I never thought of anything different.
Yeah, my mother, like what were their what were they basically is probably something that she says or it comes up. Yeah, you don't need to go into too much detail that you don't have any ideas. Just like
my mom was a housewife. My dad, I don't know.
You don't need to think of anything. You don't need to think of like anything specific.
Okay.
Just like, hey, I have notes for the doctor that I want to get into. I just want to know if like you have anything for Sofiane that you want to get into.
I don't have much prepared for his family or anything like that.
Okay.
They passed now, but I grew up with my mother, my father. I had my grandmother. She lived with us. I didn't have any siblings. Or did I? Did I ever say Sofiane had a sibling?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I didn't picture him as having any siblings. Of just like he had no one left, so he joined the French Foreign Legion.
Something like that.
Then that would have had a tie, so he wouldn't have done that. But.
Yeah, you don't. Not to say like you don't need to get into like the sad part of your backstory just yet, but like I'm just trying to think of like does that come up?
Okay.
Like okay, back to like the doctor, like she says like when you bring up like your parents and how you're raised, and you grew up with like your parents and your grandmother, like okay, so I grew up mainly with my mother and father, also just also no siblings.
No siblings. Okay. Must have been boring in the summers.
I mean, like my mother was a historian from Algeria. That's where that's how I became interested in history. It's taken after her. My father was a soldier, or back in the First World War. He was a Spahi, cavalryman. He's the. What are you typing?
No, don't pay attention. He just was talking about Arabic.
Okay. All right. Sorry. He was a cavalryman he was a Spahi specifically in World War One. If you guys look up Spahi, they're another specific North African unit or whatever. I guess it's from him that I learned to be tough and adventurous. And from my mother, I learned to be inquisitive and appreciate culture. I was a very loving family. We all got along great. They're very supportive. My father, great man. He told when the day that the day when I graduated and got my doctorate from University X Marseille. Did I pronounce that right, Devin? University X Marseille.
Yes. University out of Marseille.
You know what? No. DX, as in X, X province. AIX.
I.
Is that pronounced Ix? That's not what the.
You don't pronounce the X in French.
You do, but
yeah, I clicked on Wikipedia for this Wikipedia entry for this university, and that's how the thing pronounced it. Université d'Aix Marseille. They said that's when I graduated from there, and got my doctorate. He said it's it was the proudest moment of his whole life. And you notice she said that with that weakness in her voice. What is that, Jordan?
Well, he cut out, or did I cut out?
Jordan?
He cut out. Sorry. What did you say?
I said when she said when the day she graduated and got her doctorate was her father said it's the proudest moment in his life, but she said that with some weakness in her voice. And you said you noticed something or whatever.
Oh, it is Aix-en-Provence. Never mind.
Say it one more time.
No
okay, I said she graduated from Université d'Aix Marseille, where she got her doctorate. And when the day that happened, her father told her it's the proudest moment of his entire life. But when she says that to you, she says it with a weak voice.
I don't think you need to test it. I can already tell you the answer, honey. That's the most interesting thing we've
I say he must be very proud of you still for the work that you're doing. I don't know. We're getting into the father. Okay. I say I bet he'd still be proud of you.
Yeah, I know. Next time maybe you shouldn't argue
for what you're doing now.
He would. Yes, he would. She quickly changes the subject. So, what are your other interests? Do you read things or whatever? This music.
Let's see. How do I want to say this?
And also, consider this dialogue happening over the course of several days. After this becomes a recurring thing. She eventually decides she likes your company. She likes talking to you because you can't relate to each other.
The one good thing about the French is that they bring things for me to read to Algeria.
Oh, you like French literature, huh?
Big fan of Jules Verne.
Oh.
Read this one book about penguins being Catholics.
God damn it.
Shut up. I know what you're talking about, and shut the fuck up. You fucking nerd. Sorry.
Oh, going back to jokes from 4 years ago.
God damn it.
I legitimately read that novel, Devin. Is it very good? No. Is it really weird allegories for the Catholic destruction of pagans? Yes.
So she says, like, oh, so you're into like science fiction and stuff. That's very, very interesting stuff. Like, very imaginative and like just like about like what people can do or whatever. Like, and she says like you know, yeah, I read those from time to time. But I'm a bit more of a fan of like works like Victor Hugo. You ever read any of his stuff?
Say the author's name again.
Victor Hugo.
Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Hunchback of Notre Dame. Les Mis.
Les Miserables.
I don't. Okay, he did Les Miserables. Les Confidentials. Let's see. Hunchback of Notre Dame. Okay. Is there anything of his that I know other than the Hunchback of Notre Dame?
And Les Miserables. Those are like the two big things, man.
I know, but I don't know the actual story of Les Miserables. I know it's like some like French Revolution time thing. And there's a lesbian scene.
Okay.
You could just say that that Sofiane is not read any Victor Hugo.
I just tell her I prefer to read the fiction.
I mean, this is fiction.
Oh.
You thought the Hunchback of Notre Dame happened?
You're not into historical fiction.
I'm not into historical fiction. I prefer escapism.
Which is not Victor Hugo at all.
I don't know what Victor Hugo does.
No, you're right. I'm saying because his shit is depressing.
Yeah.
Well, I understand. That's understandable. The idea of fiction and escapism just kind of rings hollow to me. Everything is just all fiction is just a mirror of what we are,
or a mirror of what we want to be.
Yeah, lots of kinds of mirrors, I think. Anyway, these sweet kicks are pretty good. Where did you get these?
These what?
These sweet rolls you brought.
Oh, those were from Remy. Where's he at? He caught me in the kitchen, and he wanted to do something nice as well.
So like
Remy.
Yeah, so like you two just like kind of like
crying somewhere. This is right after the bar scene, so he's crying.
So you two just like over the period of like your visits, you just kind of shoot the shit, and like maybe talk a bit more like just talk about whatever like what you like reading, what you like your life was like, what your family was like, whatever. And I feel like at some point like the subject of like family comes up again. And like that thing about like her father comes up again, like about him being really proud of her. So let's like anyway, I sip this water for a second. I said I'm sipping water. I do want to know a cool thing about Victor Hugo. Devin, what's cool about Victor Hugo? Oh yeah, The Man Who Laughs. That's another Victor Hugo thing.
The Man Who Laughs, which led to the movie The Man Who Laughs, which led to the fucking Joker.
So yeah, she likes Victor Hugo. I think she probably also likes Dumas. Just like those sort of like French classics, but like stuff that has like a historical background to it, historical and political background to it. And like I think like you said like you like Jules Verne and H.G. Wells and shit like that. She probably is like a big fan of 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. If anything.
Yeah.
It's like Nemo did nothing wrong.
I've only read the one book with Nemo in it, so don't tell me some horrible thing he did.
No, I'm just saying. Nemo's right.
Okay. You just did that in the weird, like, scumbag internet thing of just like X did nothing wrong.
Those fucking terrible ass people that are like, Griffin did nothing wrong.
So,
From Berserk.
Berserk.
yeah, so like,
okay, I was about to say, what the fuck happened to the McElroy brothers?
okay, whatever. Anyway, like, you know, the subject of her family comes up again, and you know, actually, maybe I should like move that discussion to like happening now, if anything. Again, because this is like over a period of days, so like I'm just structuring this to like sound better story wise, but it doesn't because I'm just saying this out loud. But okay, so like she says like my father, that was the day, like my father was really proud of me when I graduated and became a doctor. And there's like like a little bit of a beat, and then she says like, and then I guess like also she talks about like how her father was a veteran. Her father fought in World War I, like what that meant to like him and her and all of that. And then she said, like, and then like she said like her dad was proud, and then like less than 2 months later, he committed suicide.
Oh. Okay. I'd say that's awful. I got off pretty well with my parents just dying from cancer.
Jesus.
I kind of
Victor Hugo shit.
I kind of just assumed like both of my characters' parents would just like they died from like some disease that we didn't really understand.
Yeah, probably. That's probably what happened. But
Victor Hugo lived for a long time. Sorry.
Look, there were people who lived to like 102 back then. They just got lucky.
Yes, but still, 83 is pretty old.
So, while you're talking over this, big dramatic beat I just dropped.
Yeah.
Like, I feel comfortable telling you that. Because, you're like him. You're a soldier. You're a soldier who fought for the French.
Are you all hearing Zach talk right now? Because I can't hear him.
No.
Motherfucker, Jordan Rocky is a bitch. Did anyone else hear that?
Damn, okay.
Yeah, we got
Zach
it.
dropping the B word.
Really? B word? That's what we're getting mad about now? B words?
I'm joking with you, dude.
Okay.
I also said this is a good Christian Minecraft server.
God, I am just destroying the drama that I'm trying to bring into this session. Did you hear what I said, Jordan?
You were trying to say something of just like, oh, how you're a soldier and dealing with that, and it's just like... The Legion hasn't necessarily treated me the worst. It's more of what happened at home that made me have those feelings.
I mean, we had a great life together. But, so I don't understand what could have happened to it after that war to make that decision. So, if anything, it's just something that stuck with him, and he tried to be strong, He's tried to be strong for me, for me. So maybe just when that day was when he knew he did everything he had to do.
Okay. Sorry, Zach. I missed some things.
God damn it!
Take that into context of why I said the thing that I just said before. Okay, so the doctor's father committed suicide, correct?
Yes. Do I need to come in out and back into the Discord?
Yeah, do that.
Okay, let me do that real quick. Okay, I'm back.
Okay, you are better.
Okay, so again, she said something like I don't understand what could have happened during his life after the war to make him make that decision. At least nothing that I knew, nothing that me and my mother knew. So all I can think of is that it's something that stuck with him since the First World War, and he just tried to be strong for me and my mother, for me especially. And I guess that day, once that day came, and he knew that I achieved what I was seeking. I didn't need his help. I guess he understood that I didn't need his help anymore. He did everything he had to do as a father.
Done. You were raised, you surpassed him. His job was done. What happens in soldiering, in the military, in war, you don't come back whole. Come back broken, no matter what happens. Whether you're the victor, whether you're the loser.
So are you broken then?
I was broken before I went in there. It still broke me, but it's not what broke me.
How can you be sure of that? You say that he was done. I still wanted my father in my life.
We all want our parents back in our life.
This was back then. You're a genius. So this is before laptop. This is pre-laptop, right?
Sorry, Zach.
You're,
Checked out. Yeah. We've probably done $500.
She says
This is worth.
I'm sorry, you're not a therapist. You're just another person trying to get through this. But I hope you understand that I trust you enough to tell you this.
And I appreciate that. I think it's really good that you've got somebody who you can trust, and I trust you.
This is disgusting.
And it's she lets that sizzle for a bit.
Okay.
Scipione killed my mother.
Scipione killed your mother. Okay. There we go. There's some connection. Obviously, that wasn't.
Me and her were working together to find these pages. This is her life's work. Because, quote unquote, she's basically, Henry Jones to her. And over the course of my journey to do this, he killed her by his hands. And it just makes me think of who else am I dragging into this, You're
not dragging anyone into this. People signed up for this.
Did you? Did you sign up for the quest for a magic sword when you signed up for the Legion?
I signed up for the Legion. They send me where they need me. I'm an Algerian who's been to Norway. It's way too cold up there for me.
From behind the door, you hear Remy say, I've been to Norway too, you're not special.
Motherfucker, you're not from the goddamn desert.
That is true.
My character didn't actually say that. But they send me where I'm not welcome. They send me where that's not home. They send me to other people's home to fight for them. I never signed up for anything but a paycheck and a gun when I first came on.
And now here you are, helping a sad woman, making her breakfast, and turning into a hyena? You still haven't explained how that got around.
I think he's full of shit. I've never seen it.
You've seen it before.
Have I?
I'm pretty sure. I turned into it at least twice during this.
Okay.
Just not any time in the past 6 months of sessions we've done.
So yeah, Devin, and I guess also David. Got anything else to say, Jordan?
No, I'll come in with more mythology on that because I did find like a half an hour like documentary on YouTube. I haven't been able to watch about hyena changers. Literally, I found it this morning and I wanted to watch it, but I was with Sarah and I didn't want to bore her. I know she wouldn't be bored, but it was her day. I wanted to have a good day with her. And
So
went out
yeah,
with
so yeah,
her, so.
Devin and David, like that's like something I've been holding off for a while. I was like, hey, like, and again, this is like a big thing that she just said to Sofiane. I'm sure she told it to everyone else too at some point. Is I've been holding this off for the players. Like, hey, her vendetta against Scipione is this personal because he killed her mother. She wasn't like part of like this quest for these pages, and she's caught in it. So. And like that's why back when like that one guy Ajit Singh sacrificed himself, he was taunting her. Is like, hey, does this look familiar? Because like this isn't like the first time he killed like a parental unit in front of somebody. This guy sucks. This guy's a bad guy. Like, just like whatever, however this ends, just like I don't need the guilt. I mean, I don't need any more lies on my heart or whatever. Ugh, this dialogue sucks. I don't need any more like lives lost to be on my hands or whatever the fuck. She's lost her mother. She lost most her original team except for Norman. And she lost some of the other soldiers that have been part of this. It's like how many more people have to like die to get this shit done? Is it worth it?
Oh, man. That's kind of the question of war constantly. Because at the end of the day, it's like all these people have lost their lives, and who's to say in another 10 years we won't be back fighting the same battles in a different timeline when slightly older.
Yeah, that's an astute observation that your character is not there to make, David. Yeah,
we tell the team everything that happened. There's no secrets between us.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. But you got anything to say on with those in that in mind? Does Sofiane have anything to say?
Does Sofiane have anything to say?
When she says basically like how many more people have to die for like my mission?
I tell her it's not your mission, it's the mission that could end the war. It's everyone's mission. There are people thousands of miles away who are working towards your mission, and your mission is working for those people, same people thousands of miles away.
I guess we're all in this together. Yeah.
We're all in this together is what I was about to say.
Yeah. And I guess she adds to that like, I guess that's true. Like, but whether we like it or not, I think you say we're all in this together, and then she adds to that whether we like it or not.
And sometimes we won't. But I like where we're at.
She just she doesn't say like I agree or whatever. She just kind of like grumbles in an agreeable way, somewhat agreeable way. I tried to figure out how like end this scene because, like, like this is not going to be like the last time you meet, obviously.
Yeah.
But this is like the dramatic height of it. So I'm just trying to think, like, like maybe it is just like that's the where we end on, and like, I don't know why, but I'm imagining like there's a fireplace or something just to give like some good dramatic lighting to this scene.
Hell, thing in the hospital bed.
Fire.
And then we just like cut, but like we cut away, and then we cut back to like you visiting for another day. And at this point, like you've been visiting enough, like you're this is a routine now, and like she's pretty friendly. Yeah, come in, yeah. So like, and like, do you always like bring food? Is that like how this always starts? I know you always like at least bring like Remy sweet rolls.
I bring something. It's not always shakshuka or whatever. It's like what I find at the market. I'm gonna say a lot of it's already like pre-prepared, like street food that I find in the area.
Okay.
Because I'm not a great cook. I know how to make the one thing.
So like, I mentioned this time, like she's like she's still like eating the food and talking to you, but like she's still like in her work. Like you're like sitting behind her, and she's like, yeah, that's nice and whatever. She's like face down in the book or whatever. And like this has probably happened a couple of times, like in between like like the deep like face to face conversations. Like she's like okay, gotta work, just sit somewhere, play games on your phone. So like I don't know, you guys are probably just talking about like whatever, right? It's like what happened today, what's Remy and Norman and all the other pals up to. And then like while you're just just like start a sentence. Just let's talk about whatever, Gordon.
Here's what I found going around town today. I found some dates.
Oh, that's nice. The dates
Thought you might like a treat.
Oh, the dates are good. Yeah. Where'd you get them? Man?
Okay.
Keep going.
Where are you in your work right now? Like, can you tell me what's going on?
I think I've almost had it. Just like just passing. Like, okay. Jordan, I wanted you to just be talking about like whatever, and then dramatic cut. Wait a minute.
So I managed to find some ginger today. I've been boiling that with some tea and some citrus. It's really been helping me in the morning when I don't have access to tea necessarily.
Then she puts a hand up, like, wait a second. Wait.
What's going on?
And then they all like camera pans over like her shoulder, and she's going like looking back and forth. Yeah. I found it.
What did you find? Like
right here. This passage right here. And you see like you look over like these like old crumbled pages or whatever. Like these again these things are like hundreds of years old. And like she's been like, because the thing about the pages is that like she needed to click all of them and just look through all of them, because like just to see like where is it that he mentioned where to find the thing. That's why they're like scattered and shit. Just like this one right here. And you look over, there's a page in like it's medieval Arabic. It's like the difference between like Middle English and Modern English. So that's why like you can't
win bar.
Yeah, weird O's in places and shit.
Yeah.
That's why this took a couple days to translate. And but like she summarized like, this one right here. It's like let's see here. It says he was traveling through he says he traveled to the tallest mountain in the Mons Veritas. That's Latin for the Iron Mountains. That's what the Romans called them. That's now the Atlas Mountains and the Jejura Range.
Oh,
So,
Is that where we go next?
wait, one other thing at a time. So, let's see here. He gets okay. He reached the tallest point in the Iron Mountains. That's Lala Kadeja. That's the tallest mountain in there. He came across. It says he came across a Roman structure carved into a wall. And then there's something here about they're not wanting to dwell about his guides not wanting them to dwell too long with the guardians or whatever. But that was hundreds of years ago. We don't have to worry about that, surely. But this is it. It has to be in Lala Kadeja. That's back in Algeria. That's back behind Allied lines.
We're going somewhere safe for once.
She's just she's ecstatic, She's like, fuck, I finally figured it out. And it's a cakewalk.
We passed it.
And then she's laughing in excitement right now. She's like, she's super happy. And then she goes over and hugs you.
I just sorry.
They're hugging me.
I just get really nervous at first, and then I kind of just embrace the hug, but only on the shoulders a little bit.
And and she gets a good 5 seconds until she realizes also what she's doing. And then you guys lock eyes, and it's and then she disengages.
No, kiss him. I ship it.
Devin, roll for kiss.
I'm not kissing her. You're kissing her.
So she's she tries
roll
to calm.
Dexterity to see how good you're kissing.
So yeah, she just disengages the hug. Just pats herself off a bit. Not that you're dirty or anything, just because I don't know. She had to do something with her arms after that. And it's I think we should go and tell the colonels, right? Don't you think?
Yeah, they need to know. We got to get on the road.
All right, let's go. It's and she bolts out the door. So I think that's the end of that scene. Okay. So let me get a quick drink of water real quick.
Get some water. Get some water.
Okay.
Get some water.
Okay, David.
Yeah.
So, sorry, I'm just now coming back to you. Okay, so you didn't say what you're doing with the money just yet. Oh, wait, no, you did. You tried to find booze and you couldn't.
Yeah.
That's fine. Was there anything else you were saying about what you want to do?
The only thing I could think of was sending some of the money back home, but I don't know how that would.
Oh yeah.
Outside of sentimental, because it's it doesn't help actually benefit my kids.
No, but that can be spirit though, because that puts you in a good mood. Sending your money back home.
They could send you back something.
Or just sending money back to your family or whoever just to help them out while you're at war. So
yeah, I'll probably send them I have $175 for $50. I don't know,
for the purpose of these mechanics that I'm doing, I still need to I still need to have that be around 100 or 150 so that equals +1 to spirit or whatever. But I don't know, if you want to straight up do that, I'll let that at least for now, I'll let that be 100.
Okay.
If you want it to have a tangential benefit, as in that gives you +1 to spirit,
All right. Well, then I'll send 100 and just leave it.
Okay. Who are you sending it back to?
I guess like little siblings, like the family that's looking over like little siblings, so they make sure they have like equipment for school and stuff,
Okay. Okay.
like
So
groceries.
I didn't
Yeah,
know. So Norman does have like brothers and or sisters.
yeah, like little like they're like younger.
Okay. I
Was
forgot how
Norman the
old.
oldest?
Yeah,
I forgot how old Norman is supposed to be exactly.
I don't remember what I said. I think it's like mid 20s.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Oh, also, I forgot that during the whole thing, I forgot to show this, but this is Shakshuka, by the way. So I haven't taken there for Shakshuka. You know, eggs, tomatoes, stuff. So okay. So okay, so you send money back home. So the thing that's happened with other people is that they got like mail calls, right? And like other people got letters. Jordan, I was just gonna say that like you got a letter from your old pal Denny back from the Legion about like and he's also like it's nothing I want to go into too much detail about. Just he's also still alive. He also fought in the battle recently that you and everyone else was in, but somewhere else.
Yeah.
It's like him and Carl, I think, is like the other guy said, who's also from Legion. Like, we're both still alive, buddy. That's basically the gist of it.
Respond to it. Glad you're still alive. Glad you're kicking ass. You're
Yeah.
filled with vinegar. Can't wait to see you again. Also, I think I might have somebody. I might be courting somebody or something. Nothing too specific, but it's just like alluding to that, and then send a letter back to him.
Alright, but David, so you get a letter, and I think this. I don't know if this happens before or after, like you sent that money back. I'm maybe like before, and like you sent money back after getting this. Here. You get a letter from your father, and like, it's just like hey son, hope you're doing well in the war, but also I don't know if you have like a name for your father, or whatever, but he wouldn't say that. He would just say dad.
Yeah, pops or yeah,
something like that. And like he just says some stuff about like quick reminder about how the rest of the family is doing and stuff. But like, let's see here. Sorry, the meat of the letter that's like most interesting is let's see. I don't know if like I don't know how often you've been writing back to him since you've like gone since you shipped out. I'm assuming like somewhat regularly.
Yeah, probably like every 2 weeks.
Yeah, because you've been here for a couple of months.
Yeah.
And
like I'll be like, hey, I'm okay. Like this is the things that's happening. Like hope to be in this point by this at this place by this time, and I'll let you go.
Have you told him about like anything else weird happening?
I might have alluded to it, but not into probably gone into detail. Just just some weird things that have been happening. Like I can't really put I don't know. Just I feel like he would just be like, I can't really outright say what is going on because he doesn't even fully understand. At least not 100%.
Okay.
So he'd probably be like, I'm just gonna allude to it.
All right. So yeah, the meat of this new letter is like, okay, based on based on what you've been writing about, he deduces that he deduces that you've now started getting visits from what he writes in the letter is someone named Uncle Ray. And he talks about how Uncle Ray is ultimately out to protect you. He may be a bit eccentric, but he's there to help you. but you need to treat them with respect, just as you would treat any other elder in your family. You know.
Weird.
Yeah, like this. Yeah, the tone of this part of the letter is a bit like more like, hey, you know, be like, listen, kid, as opposed.
Yeah.
And like, you know, he deserves respect for helping you and helping out this family.
Mhm.
Let me see here, and like, damn, this notebook has been beaten up a bit, so it's hard for me to read it. He just like, you know, he's, you know, says stuff like, you know, respect and responsibility and all that, and just like, you know, it ends on a note like, you know, like, I know that, you know, you've become enough of a man to like be able to carry this responsibility. So like, you know, he trusts you and has faith in you and all that. You know.
Signs on to return as Iris West in the Flash movie. What? No. I don't know why that made noise. Sorry.
Okay.
That's Facebook being weird on my computer.
But yeah, that was like the thing that I like really came to your attention with this letter. It's like, you know, like, it's like, hey, you know, respect Uncle Ray and he'll respect you and he'll look out for you. And you know, and after that, and I think after that, then he goes back to talk some more about some normal family shit. And he just says, like, you know, love pops.
Kind of like,
huh?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a letter you got recently. How do you feel about that?
Just like, right? I guess he's like, uh, I feel like I should write more about Uncle Ray, but um, I'm gonna just leave it until I have some more information to talk about because I don't really know what the. He seems to know more than he wants to, like, but doesn't want to let on about it right now. So I'm just gonna let it go.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Just
So
be like, all right, well, I'll just compartmentalize that like information to when I like the next time it comes up.
okay, so like, do you like say as much in like your letter back to him?
Yeah, it's like I guess we'll talk about this later. But if you guys need anything or need money for anything, please let me know, and I'll try and either send the item back directly or send the money back so you guys can pick it up. Like, I'm okay. Don't worry about me. Like, I got everything I need. So, like, if you need money, please tell me.
Okay. So yeah, that was your mail call. So I'm gonna say like near the end of like this 3 week period, like no, David Norman is just like sitting somewhere, you know. I don't know what exactly you're doing. It could be anything, but you're somewhere like just like on the streets.
Okay.
So I don't know. Again, you can dress it up as much as you want. Just like the setting is like you're on the street somewhere, you know.
Yeah. So yeah, he just be like wandering around. Maybe like just making notes of like street names and maybe like drawing like I personally is one of the things I do is like when I notice like geometry that I really like, if I could draw, I would draw it just because it really like
Okay, so
it gets me in a mindset like when I think about certain
yeah,
things. So.
yeah, that's neat. So like maybe like Norman's like just like has a little like sketchbook and like sketching like interesting buildings and shit that he sees.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that could be a cool detail for him. So you're just like, you know, walking around the street, like, you know, sketching interesting things that you see.
Yeah.
And like, I guess maybe like you sat down somewhere, just like, you know, rest for a bit.
Yeah.
And while you're like sitting there, like a suddenly you're just like looking up at stuff, looking down at your notebook, and then you look up at your notebook to see like what's in front of you, and you notice that there's like a stray dog just standing there, like right in front of you.
Is it like looking at me?
Yeah. You know, it's like smallish to medium size, just like a mutt.
Do I have like I'll pick out like a little piece of like jerky from one of my backpack, and I like kind of wave it in front of the dog and kind of like coax it over towards me.
It doesn't move. It just looks at you.
And I'm just like, huh. And I like move my head side to side to see if it like follows me.
It does
Like,
a little bit like that dog, like it moves back and forth with its head, but you don't know if that's it like moving its head with you or just doing the dogs do, you know?
I like get. I guess to like gather myself and like get up and like slowly walk towards the dog. Like I try not to like startle it or like scare it away.
It's still just standing there.
I like lean down in front of it with the jerky in my palm and like extend it to it.
It sniffs it a bit.
Like, it's you don't see most like I'm like thinking like it's weird. Just like a stray dog.
This dog is it's like it's not like barking at you, not even like moving or wagging its tail or anything. It's just like standing there looking at you.
I guess I just sit down like in front of it and stare back at it. Like.
Okay, so like you guys have a staring contest for a bit. So yeah. So you and this dog are just staring at each other for a bit until like you stare till something like the dog's ears perk a bit, and it turns around and like it turns like to the corner, not like 360, and then like it starts like pant and wag its tail, and then it barks happily at like at someone who's coming over, and then it walks over towards them.
Stand up to stare, like gather myself and look at this person. What I see.
So the person that approaches is appears to be a middle-aged black man dressed in a U.S. Army uniform, just like an officer.
Mm-hmm.
You could, he's wearing the cap and everything. If you look at his uniform, it looks like he has the rank of major, and somewhere on his uniform it says his name Jacques.
Okay.
But so he looks like just like a put together officer. But not typical of the uniform is that he's wearing like a red sash around his waist, and has a machete tucked into the sash.
I'm like look at the weapon, and then like he's not brandishing it or anything, right? He's just walking towards me.
He's walking towards you, and like the dog comes up goes up to him, and he bends over and pets the dog a little bit, and he plays with its ears a bit, and then the dog barks happily and then walks away. So
that's kind of a better reception than I got. Hey, how's it going, man? Are you familiar with this area? I'm still kind of new, getting my bearings about it.
Is that how you treat your uncle?
Yeah.
So, Dave, just a reminder, that flashback session we did, the guy that carried you away, and I said that he looks like I said you didn't get a good look at that person, but he reminded his shape and his voice reminded you of the person that appeared back when this weird shit first started happening. So here's a visual representation of him. It's just Louis Gossett Jr. But yeah, when you ask that, he's like, "Oh, is that how you address your uncle?"
Wait, what did he say? Sorry, you cut out a bit.
When you ask him that question, he says, "Is that how you address your uncle?"
All right. Oh, wait. And then he's you can see him putting it, the gears turning in his head. It's all right. So, are you Uncle Ray?
That's right.
So I got why have I never heard about you before? This letter, and I pull out this letter,
Yeah, you ever heard about me before? I guess I'm gonna have to have a word with your father later. He should have told you about me.
I guess I've heard things about like our family history, but like it's always been vague and never really direct. It's just like it's one of those we'll talk about it when you're older kind of conversations that never
Well, you got
come to
older
mirror.
now.
Yeah, like but then you know you have your parents say it all the time, and then when you get older, it never comes up.
Well, it's come up.
All right, but I guess I should first start off by saying thanks. Like, thank you.
You're welcome.
Um,
How are you handling your gifts for me?
I guess I'm making it work as best I can. Like, given the situations, it's, like these people I'm traveling with seem to be a very interesting group of people. I guess is the best way to say it. They I've heard stories of the things that happen with them that I'm kind of eager to see, but hopefully won't be too weirded out by. Given like there's some really wild shit that they like I've heard like around town about these folks, but they seem cool. Like,
Yeah, they seem, they seem, they seem like decent people. Like
yeah,
they are fighting against not decent people, so by
yeah,
that usually means they're decent people.
yeah.
I mean, after all, you got yourself an alchemist, a were hyena, an immortal, and a relatively normal woman. So,
Now, so like, is that like we're hyena thing like a metaphorical thing? Because I keep hearing that being said, and that can't be like that's not a thing to happen, right?
lots of things happen in this world.
I guess that's true.
Did we fight a literal ogre?
Wait, what'd you say?
Didn't we kind of fight an ogre?
You fought like really like beefy and jacked up like not like Nazi super soldiers basically. They're like they were like super muscular, but they're really like just monstrous and could want to do. The only thing they wanted to do was just kill things,
Yeah.
But anyway, like, well, I hope you understand. I hope you understand the responsibility of my gifts.
Yeah, I mean, I still don't think I'm quite fully grasped like the whole like weight of everything, but I'm a quick learner, so I learn best by doing.
Well, that's good. You're gonna have plenty of opportunities to do things.
Yeah. Is there any way I can call on you directly, or is it just going to be around when you can kind of deal?
I'll be around when I am, but
Yeah.
you don't need to worry about that. That's what my gifts are for. If you ever need,
Okay.
that's how I help.
Is it? I noticed like are other people noticing this conversation, or is this just like me talking to myself?
If anything, it just seems like it's two people talking on the street. Like whatever,
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm sending money back home to make sure everybody's taken care of.
Oh, that's nice of you.
Yeah, I mean, somebody's got to look out for everybody. Like, and I don't need all this money. What the hell am I gonna do with it? Like, so
You could give yourself something nice, or something nice for me. I don't know.
I'm like, I just like roll up like a 20. Like, I don't know. Like, can you make use of this?
I mean, well, not necessarily money. Like, I'm too busy to spend it myself, but I wouldn't mind some things. Well, actually, that's kind of why I'm here. Really, I hope you understand that like my help is an agreement between me and your family, but
Yeah,
it's not. I don't do this for free.
yeah. I mean, yeah. If you're good at something, never do it for free.
Exactly. You know, that's a good way to live your life.
What'd you say, Devin? Oh, okay. Well,
I just sung Dr. Facilier's song.
wow.
So oh, I'm not being greedy. I'm here
No,
as
I
I'm
get
here,
it.
I'm here as a guest, you know, visiting you. So I feel like it's only fair that you be a gracious host for the time that I'm here.
Yeah.
Hold on, real quick. I have to
Oh,
ask.
hey, random.
What's up? No, real quick. I have to ask Devin something. Devin,
What?
did you actually buy Stardew Valley?
Yes, I did.
Okay, Katie was gonna buy it for you.
Okay, but it's
Oh,
fine.
no.
Okay.
I appreciate that. I appreciate the chat. That it's fine.
Okay. All right then. All right. I'm helping Katie with something, so
I can return it if she really wants to buy it for me.
I can ask her. She might actually.
Don't. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay. Okay. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Then.
Talk to you later, random. Anyway, back to this Loa.
I got my
I mean,
feelings
what?
checked.
Yeah, you know, he says like, you know, I'm here visiting. You know, it'd be nice to be a good host. So
You want to grab something to eat, or
yeah, actually,
I wasn't able. I
I'm
wasn't
actually,
able to find booze, but yeah, maybe we'll get a little bit lucky early, like together.
yeah.
So if we find
He's like,
something, out.
yeah, I could eat. I actually have. I actually had to look around. Nothing really here interests me anyway. Not here anyway. Not in the city.
And I guess we like make our way towards like a restaurant or like I guess there's the street food too. Like,
Yeah, it's like again. Maybe this is like kind of like a montage, and he's just like, don't feel like it. Don't feel like it. You know, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not saying like, oh, this sucks, because like he's not that guy. It's more just like that's not what I'm in. That's not what I'm in the mood for right now. You know.
Yeah.
And like, eventually he's like, you know what I feel like?
What's that?
I feel like I need something basic. Something like, let's say you and I go out hunting.
Okay. Let's see. I mean, there's always boar. It seems to be like the.
I will find something. Come on, let's go.
Yeah. Okay. And I like grab up my things and like I head out with them.
Okay, so you probably like load up in a Jeep or something, and you bring like, so you know what, you bring a rifle, he doesn't.
Okay. It's like, are you gonna be? Are we taking pot shots? You got a gun, a weapon I don't see?
He just shrugs. He just shrugs, you know, while he's sitting in the other seat of the Jeep, with like looking kind of casual.
Okay.
Probably has some cool
So
shades on too, if anything.
all right, so I guess we just head out into like a little bit away out of town.
You just head out into the desert somewhere, you know.
It's like I don't want to go too far out because I'm still not too familiar with just like terrain. So we should be able to find something out here.
Yeah, we'll be fine. I feel like you need to roll something now. Probably like notice. What do you have in notice?
Let's see. D6.
Okay. You can roll a d6 and another d6 for your wild die.
5. 4.
Okay, so those are both one success. So again, he insists like, hey, let's go hunting. You know, let's just drive out into the desert somewhere. You know, and like he doesn't say like any specific place. You just kind of like drive somewhere until eventually he's like, stop here. You know.
Okay.
And then you go walking around for a bit. You know, looking for something to shoot.
Yeah, I'm just like I don't know what else we were expecting to find out here. It's just, I mean, it's like lizards.
And then like he's like looking with binoculars somewhere, and he's like, over there.
Like, I guess I'm like I look in the direction he points, and like I don't see anything.
There.
And I guess I like look up through my rifle and use the scope to like look down where he's like pointing.
Yeah.
What I see.
So, you see like what appears to be like a red deer. In the middle of the desert.
Like, and I like look like I don't take my eyes fully out of the scope, but I like look over at him like, and is he like looking at me, or is he still looking through the binoculars?
I mean, like, if he like he says like like there's something like
yeah, that's definitely something. I've never seen a deer like that, or a desert deer.
I mean, it's a Barbary stag. They're from this country, but they're normally found up in the north of the forest, not down here in the desert.
I could go for some venison now.
Yeah, me too. And he starts licking his lips there.
All right, and I guess
as he goes on a bit about like the deer, and you can look it up. The Barbary stag, that is a thing. That's the interesting thing about like you don't think about North Africa having deer, but they do. So it's like,
of course they do.
Yeah, because they got mountains, they got forests. It's just like that's not what you're used to seeing in North Africa. And let's see here. So Uncle Ray, then just like goes on about like it's very interesting seeing one of these all the way out here. Makes you think. What is it doing out here? How far did it travel to get here? So, down in the desert, separated from its kin, going on some sort of grand adventure. For what reason?
I think I get what you're putting. I don't think I pick up what you're throwing down.
Well, anyway, I'm hungry. Kill it.
Yeah. I saw like ready myself and like take a knee and then like ready myself to fire, and I guess I'm doing a shoot roll.
Yeah, you can if you want. So, okay, that's a 4, and another 4. Oh wait,
you're rolling.
Wait, were you not rolling those? Okay, those were your.
I didn't roll. Yeah, no, those are my last rolls for the last thing.
Okay, could you roll shoot? What's your shoot?
D8.
Oh, you got a D8 in shooting? Okay. Ooh, that's an 8. Try your 6 just in case. Okay, that's a 2. Okay, so roll the 8 again. That's already a success and a raise. Okay, so 8 plus 5, that's 13. That's a success. That's that's at least 2 raises. So it's a really good shot. It's fucking clean, Go straight, uncannily clean, Go straight through it. It's dead instantly. Like, it doesn't even like wither in pain for a bit. I don't even think it makes like a noise, It doesn't make a noise. It's just dead. Like this whole thing, going hunting with this dude, seeing a deer in the desert, and then shooting it and it's dead without even yelping. This whole thing has been a thing.
Yeah, this is quite odd, but I'm more thinking about, man, that venison is gonna taste real good.
Yeah, it's like, and you look over at Uncle Ray, and he's rubbing his hands. He goes, "Yeah, that venison's gonna taste so good."
I run over, like ready my, like I throw my weapon and like run over towards it.
Yeah, let's go get it. And so, Uncle Ray gets to working on like field dressing this thing. And Jordan, this is probably your nerd shit. Like, I actually watched like some videos of deers getting field dressed for this.
Okay.
But like, I'm not gonna go into detail about that. Just know, like, okay, I know how like what a deer looks like when you cut it up and shit. Like, man, deers are fucking big. This is a lot.
Yeah.
This is a
Oh,
lot of
well, I
meat
mean,
for like 2 people to have for lunch.
yeah, there's a lot of fucking meat.
But like,
Legitimately, back in the day, you could like kill 3 deer in the winter and feed a family of 4 if you process it correctly.
but like, yeah, he gets start working field dressing it. He like takes off like his like jacket and shirt just so he doesn't get dirty. And you notice, for again, for like what appears to be like a middle-aged dude, this guy is fucking cut. And like, he's skinning it, cutting in the different like sections of it, like like the haunches and like the tenderloin and all of that, and the ribs and all that. And like, I guess the guy's like constructs like like this like monster hunter ass spit to cook all this on. That's the thing. He's not saving this for later. He's cooking it all right now. And so like, he gets to cooking it and waits, spinning it as he needs to spin it, and eventually once some stuff is cooked enough, starts eating it, and he lets you like share some of it as well. It's like but like again, it's like watching him eat. It's ridiculous. Like this is not humanly possible.
Yeah, with it, like the Alice isn't dead is like he's not. It's less that he's eating it, and that he's just a machine that's made to process it.
Yeah, it's like it's not like literally like Shaggy like putting the whole fish in his mouth and then taking out the bones, but it's like as realistically close as that can happen. Like he's not stopping to like pick his teeth or anything or burp,
Like damn, you really were hungry. I guess I'll try as safely as I can to keep pace with him.
And he says like don't push yourself too much. Like, everyone's got their limits.
Okay.
And he says that as like just eats another whole ass thing and then pulls another like fucking like Flintstone style like pieces.
Like shit, man! If at this rate, you're gonna need to find another one of these things.
So you guys are like sitting and eating. Is there anything else like you want to like talk to him about?
Right now, I still like trying to get my bearings in the game, so I'm like, I guess I just need more time to come up with some more stuff to ask him.
Okay, and that's fair. He'll probably be around again for you to ask him. So.
Yeah. I gotta make sure I like write in my little sketch notebook, like make sure you have a lot of food for Uncle Ray. And I like underline Uncle.
Yeah, he says like this is really good. We should do this again sometime or something else. Like don't want to eat deer all the time.
Yeah, but yeah, this was definitely an experience.
I could go good for like some booze or something next time. That'd be nice.
Yeah, but that was a clean shot though, right?
Oh yeah, that was really good. Thank you. I'm really proud of you, son.
I mean, yeah, I was like taken aback by that. That was pretty crazy. I don't know, it just felt like I felt like really like relaxed, and it made everything a little bit easier.
Yeah. So sometimes you need to relax every once in a while. Take it easy. Helps keep your mind focused when you need it to be focused.
Yeah, definitely gonna need that. It's from what we seen.
Yeah. He'll also like in the midst of like eating whatever, he like holds up like the deer's like antlers, like these are neat. Might do something with these later.
Yeah.
So like you're just talking about whatever to like this guy, and that just goes on for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Until like you start hearing like a noise coming from the distance, and you're like a noise that's kind of like
like I kind of like my ears like perk up, and I kind of like, is the fire out?
the fire, like that you're spitting or whatever.
Yeah, that we were cooking. Yeah.
It might be. I think you may have like kicked dust on it, just like you're done cooking. But like,
So I guess how far are we from the vehicle?
You hear like you hear like it's coming from up. It's coming from the sky.
Oh, so it's like okay. I kind of like do my best to like lay in the sand and try not to make any sudden moves and just like try and get eyes on whatever's making this noise. I assume a plane.
Okay, yeah, you look up, and it is a plane, but it's an American plane. You can tell. So like,
Okay.
but it's like got smoke coming out of it. It's like you spot it, and like I could just go ahead and tell you, like it looks like it appears to be like a P-40 Warhawk, Devin, and like it's got a smoke trail coming from it, and it's descending.
Do I have like a radio on me, or is it in a Jeep, or I assume that we drove out here with?
Yeah, probably back in the Jeep. If you want to
I'm gonna try and run back to the Jeep and see if I can see if they're like calling in Mayday or.
I don't know. Would he be able to pick up that signal, Devin?
I don't know. I would try though.
What do you mean?
Like if they were like hailing like a Mayday, like would I be able to pull it up on like a radio? Like I had.
I'll say if like you need to hear that, you don't, because you can see like this this plane is crashing, and
Yeah.
So like, and eventually like it does like crash somewhere off into the distance.
Yeah. I would like hop in the Jeep and like I just drive towards it.
Yeah, like yeah. When that happens, like Uncle Ray says like I think you should go help them.
Yeah. He's like I'm on it.
Yeah, and he says like, but I'm busy eating though, so go ahead. He motions your hand away, and he's still sitting there eating.
Okay. And I like run towards the Jeep and like head towards the crash site.
Mm-hmm.
So, P-40 Warhawk. If you remember the Flying Tigers in World War II, this is what they had.
I mean, it's just like an American fighter plane, so.
Yeah, it was like before the Spitfire and stuff. It's not a super iconic looking one because it just looks like a World War II fighter plane.
Mm-hmm.
But in that way, it's kind of iconic, I guess.
So could you actually like scroll back down into the corner of the map here? It's gonna reveal some things. So you
go.
Well, okay. Well, let me GM layer. Click them there. All right. So let me select that. Let's see here. So you hop in the Jeep, drive over to the crash, and you see this crash plane, and this is like a nice, oh, here's a picture of a Warhawk crashed in the desert. This is perfect.
Is there anybody in the cockpit?
Yeah, like you could see, like there is like a pilot in there. Like there's like the plane has like it's caught fire, fuel is leaking, and like the pilot is like stuck in some way. He's like banging up against the glass trying to like get out. It's like help. He's got like his full like gas mask and cap on and everything.
Yeah, so I like run over and try and like my best to like smash open or like help him unjam the canopy so he can get out.
Okay. And like as soon as like you like first off, like what exactly are you trying to do?
Just like is there any way I can like just like I don't know like kick open or like go stand on top of the plane and like kick open the hatch so you can get out?
Yeah, you can try that.
Yeah,
I think you'd make a strength roll. What's your strength?
It's a D6.
Yeah, that could be strength or athletics, whichever's better for you.
Let's see. Athletics. No, they're both D6. Okay, so
okay.
5.
Okay, and another D6.
3.
Okay, so with that 5, like you tell him, I think you tell him like to stand back or something.
Yeah.
And you just try like kick in like the canopy, and it dents a little bit, and like it's like so like it's like it's budged a bit. Might need to do some more work on it, but that guy's still like, yeah, like, and like before you're ready to like prep yourself for like another kick or whatever, like you see like like over like you see like some two like hands sort of like creep up over the plane. No, not two hands, 4 hands.
Ugh.
2 little hands.
Ooh.
And and then like slowly like like Scooby-Doo style like poke out like 2 pairs of eyes looking over at you.
What the fuck is going on? Is it like, does the pilot also see this? Or
Yeah, he's like, he's just like I don't know. He's just like, you can't really hear him because he's got the canopy already. But he's just like help. You could just think he's like motioning in some way for you to like help and like this or whatever.
So I'm gonna just keep. I'm gonna try and kick again, I guess, at the canopy.
Okay.
Or is there a better course of action?
So, but like, back to like the hands and eyes that you suddenly see. They eventually just pop out, and like from the eyes you see like 2 like little men or something, just like stand up on top of like I guess like the nose of the plane or whatever, and then and so there they are, and they just like kind of like they just kind of like look at you and like have like one of them has like the hands on their hips, but then they have like this very like playful body language about them.
He's like, what the fuck?
And like the other one's like waving at you, and they're making like high pitched noise like.
So I'm like I am thinking that these are like fucking gremlins.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, there's no other. Oh shit, I gotta keep them away from that. Okay, and then he's just
and
like,
as you see, like like more like the flames like start getting higher, like the like I don't know if they're getting higher or whatever, but like more fuel and shit is like this plane's gonna blow. It's like, and one's like ooh, what's that? And then like spins like Tasmanian devil style and like drills into the plane and cause like more like fuel to like pop out of it.
is there any way I can like try again to strike it just to get this guy out of here without like, or is it just like
you could try bashing it with like your rifle or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna gun butt it.
Yeah, and once you try and do that, the other one is like, oh, hey, what's that thing you got there? And like grabs it from you. And I need
fuck?
or like grabs it in a struggle with you, So I need this to be a contested strength check.
Alright.
So I'll let you roll first. Ooh, 6. Okay, we'll try. Okay, roll that again. Okay, that's 4. Try and roll another 6 to just see if you get that in again. Okay, so you got a 10 and a 4, so that's a success and a raise with one of those. And so let's see what I get. I got a 1. Okay. So this little guy, he's like I don't know, 3 feet tall. He just kind of like he doesn't even he just floats in the air, like you see like his feet are not touching the ground or anything. He just like floats over and says, hey, can I see that? And like tries to like grab it from you, but obviously you're bigger and stronger than him. You snatch it out of his hand as soon as he like grabs the barrel, and like I don't know, maybe you like smack him with it too, and then he goes like and there's like birds appear above his head.
The fuck kind of Looney Tunes shit is this going on? Wait, that didn't exist yet.
No, there's plenty.
Yeah, I totally did. Yeah, and I guess like I go for the gun butt on the canopy. Do I gotta roll again, or can I?
Yeah. Roll for another strength check. You like so yeah. This thing's like cuckoo. He's like phased because he's trying to, and the pilot is just like, yo, get me out of here.
Yeah, I'm trying. Do you not see this crazy ass shit I'm dealing with?
Yeah, and the other one. Okay, you got Okay, you got 2 successes. Or you got a success. Both of those were just 1 success. Yeah. So like, yeah, you just like stun that one in the struggle to like they try to take your rifle. The other one's just wrecking havoc into the machinery. Just like just tearing shit out and just like juggling it and stuff like that.
So I was like, do I get the canopy open?
Yeah, like describe how you get it open.
So it's like I gun butt it and it like unhinges and I like basically like just like wedge the hilt of my gun in and just like free it.
Uh-huh.
And I use like the bayonet to cut the seatbelt straps or the straps, the harness straps into him and like try and like do my best to like work with him to pull himself out of the seat. We gotta get out of here.
Yeah, you don't need to say that twice. Let's go.
Yeah.
And like you see, like now, like the gremlins, like the other gremlins, like stop being like phased, and like the birds like fly away. Like there's just some birds that materialize and then flew away from his head. And like he then looks over the other one that was like like wrecking all the machinery, and he's like catch, and then like throws it at him, and they start playing fucking like baseball with like pieces and chunks of the plane. And then like
I'm like booking it away from them.
Yeah. This is happening like while you and the power are just running away. You're not even looking at this shit. And then like so you and the power run away, and then like there's like some like fuel that's like inching closer and closer to some flames, until eventually like it does, and the plane fucking explodes, kaboom. And then like the gremlins just like go rocketing up in there, going woo yeah woo, and like with like trails on their butts and shit, and then they just kind of like poof, like Nightcrawler style, away.
I just look at the pilot. I was just like, "You okay?"
He's like, yeah, and like he still had like his mask and his cap off, so he like tears that off. And you notice that he is actually like a young like African American man.
Okay, and I just like look. And I look at him in the eyes like, we're gonna agree to never speak about what the fuck those things were.
Whatever, but
yeah,
I actually have some things I need to say. I need to get to command and tell them what I saw. And he composes himself, like takes a hand out to you. It's like a second Lieutenant Reginald Mays, by the way.
And I grab his go to grab like a handshake, but I grab his like forearm,
He said I was about to say like Reginald Mays, 99th Pursuit Squadron.
Norman Rhodes, soldier, I guess.
Yeah, you don't need to build that if you don't know. That's just
but I got a Jeep just a little like down the way. We can get back into town. Like we gotta get out of this fucking desert.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
that's great.
I look in the direction of where Uncle Ray was. Do I see anything there?
You see just some like clean deer bones. You don't see him. You don't like. I think the fire was there, but like it's been extinguished. But like you don't see the spit. You just see some bones there. Like, and it's the entire skeleton of the deer.
Like, okay, I guess I'll see him later. And like, I just hop in a Jeep with
see who later.
Yeah, and then we like head back towards town.
I need to talk to someone because you're not gonna believe what I saw. But you just saw that, so I don't know what you're gonna believe. To be honest,
what were those things?
I don't know, man. I'll get into it later.
Yeah.
So
we just make our way back.
And so I feel like that's where we end it then.
Yeah.
So
because I was like, oh wait, it doesn't switch over time until 3. I think it is when the time gets added.
Oh, you're talking about daylight savings?
Yeah.
Okay. That's where I end the session here for now.
Okay.
That's a good cliffhanger.
Man.
Yeah. Also, like, just a quick retcon that I wanted to ask if you're okay with this, David. Back in that flashback session where like you're doing like the car chase, I said that like you got taken out by like a rocket that was shot at you, but I thought I actually think it'd be me. Actually, might be more interesting if like instead it was like Armin Herman, like the Nazi wizard who's like one of the main protagonists of this campaign. I thought it'd be more interesting if like he just like shot you with like a magic blast, and that's why that helps it come out like fucking nowhere.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's just a quick retcon. I just want to say back to that. But like, yeah. So the doctor now knows the location of the sword, but also this pilot was attacked by gremlins and says he needs to tell the command something. So that's where we're gonna leave off until we come back.
Okay.
So well, we'll see you when we see you, everybody. La, 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 la.
Yeah. Next time.